It is 60,000 square feet of space designed to make kids and adults happy. Boasting 600 games, indoor mini golf, a tavern, and bowling, Fun Spot lives up to its name.
Fun Spot has been the spot for fun for over 70 years.
David Lawton's dad, Bob Lawton, started Fun Spot way back in 1952. And through the years, it's adapted and grown into what is known as the largest video game arcade in the world.
It's known all over the world, and people come here to visit, and now there's a lot of classics that we're keeping here that you can't find anywhere else in the world.
Those classics live in what is called the American Classic Arcade Museum. A step inside here is like a step back in time.
We have some games here that are back into the 30s, all the way up till late 80s, early 1990s.
Gary Vincent grew up playing these games and wanted to create a museum for coin-operated classics where they could be restored and, yes, played. Roughly 275 games are on the floor here, from classic pinball to rare gems I've never heard of to the gaming icons.
Usually the ones everyone remembers: Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Frogger, Defender, Stargate, Robotron. The best experience I have is the first-time visitor who comes in here and they just get this big smile. And all I hear is, wow. And that's it. I'm like, mission accomplished.
Gary says people from all over the world come here to experience the games they grew up playing. That includes a guy by the name of Ken Gagne.
My score to beat is 35,850. I don't think I could do it. Not today.
The Massachusetts native used to vacation in Weirs Beach as a kid, and he loved playing the video games at Fun Spot.
This was just sort of a thing that I was known for in grade school, like, oh, he's the video game nerd. I would show up to school like in Nintendo branded apparel from head to toe.
Oh, gosh. If you take too long, the pterodactyl shows up.
Grown-up Ken Gagne still loves these games. And thanks to his unique lifestyle, getting back here to play is easier than ever. When not trying for bullseyes or high scores, Ken is what is known as a digital nomad. He works full-time for a website management company, totally remote. And a few years back, Ken decided to ditch a permanent address.
I thought, you know, I don't need to keep paying Boston rent. I can live anywhere. So I took everything I owned, shoved it into storage, and just started traveling the world.
To make these work trips work, Ken uses long rentals on services like Airbnb, which drew him back to Laconia, back to his childhood.
Ever since the day I started this digital nomad lifestyle, I knew I had to go to Fun Spot for an extended period, not just a day trip, not just a weekend, for like at least a month.
Because Ken was on a mission that only the American Classic Arcade Museum could satisfy. It came down to this spreadsheet where he's been recording his high scores.
It listed all the games that Fun Spot has, and it was just all white space because I hadn't recorded my scores for those games yet, and that was killing me.
So, in the spring of 2022, he rented a place nearby and decided to do a sort of retro game challenge.
And every single day after work at 5 o'clock, I would shut down my computer and go to Fun Spot with the goal of playing every single retro, single-player, functional game they had at least once.
He wanted to play them all, but not for speed, but enjoyment. Games he's played hundreds of times. Some with sentimental value, like this one he used to play with his dad.
My dad's been gone for 7 years, but that elevator action machine is still there. And every time I play it, I think of him.
It took about $80 in tokens and about 30 minutes a day, but Ken eventually filled every column on his game sheet.
It took me 30 consecutive daily visits in order to play every single game they had.
If you love retro, and even if you don't, the lesson Ken hopes people get from all of this: you're never too old to find a spot for fun.
It's sad to me that some people feel like games are for kids, because they're not. I think play is an important aspect of a healthy lifestyle, and especially in this day and age when we all have so much to be stressed about. Being able to go to Fun Spot for a day is a healthy escape, and it's fun.